Hey everyone, I'm back again with another video, and this one is titled, Caught My Wife Cheating on Me a Couple of Weeks Ago. Shows little to no remorse, and keeps phone away. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Let's get right into it. My wife and I have been together for 2 years, married for a year this October. 2 weeks ago, I caught her cheating on me. I had caught her texting other guys previously, but forgave her and moved on. Since catching her, she's shown little to no remorse, and guards her phone and texts even though she claims she's no longer talking to anyone. In all honesty, a week after I caught her physically cheating on me, I caught her texting some other guy. I've done everything I can to try and reason with her, get her perspective, why, how she could do what she's doing to me, but it never goes anywhere. While this situation might sound cut and dry, I still love and care for her dearly. She doesn't have a support system outside of myself and my family. No one. She was living with her mom before we moved in with each other, only 3 months after we met. She was emotionally and physically abusive towards my wife and had kicked her out before she came to live with me. Her stepfather, who does not live with her mother, is unable to support her or even take her in even if she was to pay him rent. He's currently raising her brother and sister high school aged. Her mother is basically a textbook welfare queen and loves and leaves men with her children. I more or less forced her to end pretty much all her toxic relationships. And because of that, I feel guilty for dismantling what little of a support system she actually had. And that leaves me here. I love and care for someone who has no respect for our marriage. I'll be honest, it's not all her. I've slacked in our relationship. I'm not perfect, but I've never cheated, abused, or hurt her. She's gotten her driver's license, a car, a stable job with regular hours she actually enjoys, stable and healthy relationship with me and my family. I am happy she is better off than she was. But I know if I just ended and we split, she would throw all that away. I've threatened divorce more times than I can count, which I know is probably the worst thing I could do. She then either physically lashes out towards me or threatens to off herself. I'm tired of fighting with her. I love her and just don't want her to do what she's doing. I want to be with her. I want her to be happy and healthy. She claims to still love me, be with me, but then continues to text other guys while barely attempting to hide. Part of me wishes the guy I caught her with was rich and could provide her with a stable, loving environment. I know that someone would and could take advantage of her. I thought maybe she's bipolar. I know I showed signs of borderline personality disorder and depression around 19, 20. I was mentally and emotionally unstable. I'm just trying to think of things that might explain her behavior. Maybe she just needs a good therapist. We're living with my parents. We were planning on moving out on our own this December. My mother found out about it all and basically said I'm free to stay, but she needs to go. I can't just divorce her and kick her out. And the OP has an update for us. In between taking time to read most of these comments, I've already sat down with her and a third party and discussed our pending divorce. I've had the paperwork, just never confronted her with it. The third party was a close friend. She remained seemingly calm throughout it all, and everything is more or less set in motion. The third party was necessary to keep her from lashing out, and even more so for me to actually follow through. There's not much in terms of assets and no and we've agreed to go the uncontested route with no lawyers. To answer and or address a few comments, no, we're not Mormons, and yes, obvious mistakes were made, marriage after a year being the most obvious. I can't really argue or defend myself when it comes to the doormat analogies, as they're all pretty much spot on. Obviously, I saw it coming, red flags and all. Even now, I realize I sound like a jackass asking for advice on how I should handle this situation that is pretty much cut and dry. I don't know what I was hoping to achieve by posting here. I don't know. I've had friends in the past of loss to poor decisions that they're made, and it's essy to see someone crash and burn. The difference being I married that person, that being my personal poor decision. I knew this was going to happen, and I'm responsible as she is for putting up with it. I'm not comfortable with the term a white knight. I'd much rather prefer to be called a dummy. It's like you know what to do, what makes sense, what's right, but you make excuses and roll with it thinking things will just fix themselves. In the same way, she can't explain why she cheated. I can't really explain why I want her to be okay. After all, this is all said and done. I'm usually vengeful when it comes to people crossing me, but even now, I don't really harbor any type of hate towards her. I don't know, thanks for the advice. And the first comment says, she has genuinely showed you what kind of a person she is. Now, you need to show her that you are a person who respects yourself and leave her. Her behavior completely disregarded your marriage, and you are not responsible for her repercussions. She can go stay with one of the many guys she's texting. Don't put up with this. Don't even for a second feel bad for her. She made her own bed, she can sleep in it. You need to be smarter and lawyer up and take care of this. Do you really want to live the rest of your life always anxious and distrusting? Missing out on the love of a loyal partner? Do the right thing and look out for you. And the second comment says, this person will destroy your life if you let her. Don't. I know it sounds presumptuous of me to say this, but you're not in love with her. You're in love with an idea of her. This person hurts you worse than anybody else on the planet and treats you with contempt. You put up with it for the morsels of affection and love she throws your way. You've more or less been trained to do that. She's not your responsibility, nor is she as helpless as you perceive her. She's shown herself well be able to form relationships independently of you. Your care for her is not remotely reciprocated, and by staying, not only are you harming yourself, you're enabling all the worst aspects of her behavior. Do both of you a favor, leave, and cut off all contact except through lawyers until the divorce is finalized. Spend that time working on yourself to recover from the abuse you've been through. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment below and let me know if there's any other subreddits you guys would like me to make videos on, and also like the video and please subscribe.